In today's video, we will be cruising Spain with Norwegian Cruise Line. I will talk about embarking and disembarking in Barcelona, Spain. I will make suggestions for transportation and when to arrive to the port and what to expect, as well as things to do and what hotels you can stay at in Barcelona. It's great if you're staying for a couple of days because there are a lot of beautiful sights to see and things to do. You can take a beach break or go see a show. I will also cover ports of Ibiza and Mallorca, as well as talk about my NCL excursions and honest opinion about them. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica. In my videos, I provide guidance to travelers like yourself for cruising and other travels internationally. So I appreciate any of your support and that helps me to continue making videos like this one. So please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, leave comments and questions below, and also click on that notification button so you don't miss new videos that will come out in the future. So let's get started. Embarkation in Barcelona was very crowded, with long lines, and unless you're in the Haven Suites, you have to stay in line with everyone else at the entrance to the terminal. And there is no priority boarding line outside the terminal, so if you are a Platinum member or above, you will still have to stand in the general line until you get inside. Do not rely on walking to the port from downtown, although it seems rather close. There's a long bridge that wraps around the port. Instead, take a taxi. If you were staying downtown Barcelona, the taxi costs 15 to 20 euro. If you're driving from the airport to the port, the taxi costs about 30 to 50 euro. I got the flights through NCL and they booked me on Iceland Air. I did not have a choice for the layovers and I would prefer a direct flight, but unfortunately there was a stop of 2.5 hours in Iceland. And the flights from United States were delayed by 2 hours. So half of the plane didn't make a connection. I got lucky this time. But if you're booking your flights with your cruise, do not risk of flying the same day and boarding the cruise ship, because if your flight is delayed, you will miss your cruise. Plan to arrive to Europe 2 days before your boarding. It is strongly recommended because most of the layovers or stops are very short. It could be 1.5 to 2.5 hour stop, but you really need 3 or 4 hours. On this trip, all of my flights were delayed by at least 1 or 2 hours. I even missed my connection flying back home that I will talk about later in this video. If you're planning your cruise and flight combo through NCL, make sure to book a hotel before your cruise. Maybe it is 1 night or 2 nights hotel, but you will need to do so, and you probably will be better off going through booking.com website or Expedia to get a hotel in Barcelona. I made a short video about the hotel I stayed at that was close to the port, and I'm going to leave a link to this video in the description below, so you can check it out as well. There is also no Uber service in Barcelona, so you have to either pre-book airport taxi via booking.com or take a taxi cab from the terminal. While in Barcelona, you can also ask a hotel clerk to call the cab for you or schedule it for a certain time if you're going to the port the next day. Now let's talk about Barcelona. The main area in the city center is near La Rambla Street that I'm showing you right now. There are restaurants, gift shops, and entertainment all close by. The best way to get around is by metro or public buses that only cost a few euro for a one-way ticket. The other option is hop-on, hop-off buses that cost 30 to 50 euro per person. Those buses get crowded, but it's a good option to see the whole city, because some areas and sightseeing sites are either up on the hill and far away or located by the Mediterranean Sea if you're going to the beach. Barcelona has beautiful beaches, and if you're staying close to the port before the cruise, make sure to visit the beach because it is an easy 30-minute walk, or you can take public transportation. Taxis seem to be a little bit more expensive, or 50 euro or so, but if you can walk for 30 minutes, it's not a big deal. Barcelona is a large cosmopolitan capital of Spain. It is known for its art and architecture, and today it is a major tourist destination, so expect crowds everywhere you go. In 2024, 15.5 million people have visited Barcelona. Visitors from the United States are the ones who have grown the most compared to last year and already represent 14.7% of tourists, Due to its privileged geographical location, it is popular among family tourism. Children can enjoy both the sea and its beaches as well as its parks. This city also has a lot of museums and places of interest. Barcelona is the leading port in Mediterranean for main cruise companies. So if your cruise starts or ends in Barcelona, make sure to go visit two most famous attractions in Barcelona that I'm going to show you next. And if you're staying in the city only for a couple of days, you will have to buy tickets to visit those sites in advance because they book up fast and you will not be able to get in the same day. The most popular thing to do in Barcelona is to visit Sagrada Familia, built by Antoni Gaudí, that has been under construction for more than 140 years, and that is longer than Egyptian pyramids. And it is still not finished. This unfinished masterpiece was just named the #1 attraction in the world by TripAdvisor this year. This Catholic basilica is both a place of worship and a monument to architect Antoni Gaudí, who spent more than 40 years working on it. It is expected to be completed in 2026. The other famous attraction in Barcelona and on top of the hill, overlooking the city, is Park Güell. This park is also Gaudí's masterpiece, with colorful mosaics, curvy architecture, and amazing city views. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site where Gaudí lived and developed his unique mosaic techniques there, using broken tiles. Gaudí believed that there are no straight lines in nature and applied his philosophy to his designs. The lizard sculpture at the entrance is a popular symbol of Barcelona. Park Güell was initially intended as a failed housing development project in the early 1900s. It was meant to be a luxurious British garden city-inspired estate for 60 families, but only 2 houses were ultimately built. The project transitioned into a public park after the city council purchased the property in 1923, opening it to the public. If you're taking a hop-on, hop-off bus or metro to get to the park, make sure you're prepared to walk uphill for 30 or 40 minutes. The park is located on the hill in a very narrow streets neighborhood. It is definitely worth seeing, but you have to purchase tickets in advance. Another masterpiece of Antoni Gaudí is in the city center called Casa Batlló. It was transformed by Gaudí between 1904 and 1906 into a fantastic structure it is today. You can even visit it inside if you purchase tickets online. As I mentioned earlier, La Rambla Street is a popular tourist destination, and it is located in the historic part of the city. So if you're booking a hotel, try to stay close to La Rambla. It has lively atmosphere, street performers, flower stalls, and a mix of shops and restaurants. The street stretches from Plaça de Catalunya to the Columbus Monument, connecting the city center to the harbor. Barcelona has a rich history of flamenco dancing that is an expression of profound emotion and the celebration of life. It can be traced to the 18th century, but it remains a vital part of Spanish culture. There are 2 venues where you can see the dance on La Rambla Avenue, and tickets start at €27. Flamenco is more than just an art form. It's a cultural phenomenon that reflects the social, historic, and emotional landscapes of Spain. In Spain, flamenco is a source of national pride, a cultural heritage passed down through generations. It has been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, underscoring its importance and enduring legacy. Whether performed by seasonal artists or enthusiastic beginners, flamenco continues to inspire and captivate. While the dance is a key element, it also encompasses singing and guitar playing, forming a complete artistic expression. Flamenco performances often include improvisation, allowing artists to express themselves spontaneously within the structured framework of the art form. It is a must-see show if you're in Barcelona for a couple of days. Barcelona has sandwich and pastry shops on every corner with great variety. Grab a few sandwiches before you head to the airport. I was amazed by the size of the large pastries that can feed 2 people. Spanish cuisine is known as Mediterranean, and they use fresh ingredients like olive oil, seafood, and local produce. The most iconic dish in Spain is tapas. They are the size of the appetizers, made with cheese, vegetables, seafood, and meat. The other famous dish is paella that originated from Valencia with saffron rice, shrimp, octopus. You can add steak or chicken to it as well. Now let's explore a few more Spanish ports. The one I'm showing you right now is the port of Mallorca, that is famous for its shopping and the beaches. If you haven't purchased the excursion through NCL, on board of the cruise ship they do sell tickets to go to the town center for $20. You can also try to walk on foot, and a lot of people did so, although it did seem a little far. The port of Palma is the largest and a major cruise ship destination. People said that the old town had charming streets and nice restaurants by the sea. You can find small eateries, art exhibitions in the alleys. The vibe is cozy and lovely. The market is a must-visit where you can buy fresh fish and have it cooked right there. Locals spend their mornings enjoying seafood and sharing stories. It's a very friendly city. Another option to see the town is hop-on, hop-off sightseeing buses. There was one by the cruise ship right there that you could hop on and see the town. And you probably had to pre-arrange those tickets in advance. We purchased the excursion through NCL to go to the beach, and that was $50 per person. They took us by bus to the resort town called Palma, and we spent about 4 hours there. Mallorca is Spain's largest island, and its mild winters and hot summers attract millions of visitors every year. In July of 2024 and this year, the 2025, thousands in Mallorca protested against mass tourism, highlighting issues such as overcrowding and increased living costs and environmental degradation. Mallorca is known for its beautiful man-made Mallorca pearls, which are a popular souvenir. I even got a whole set for myself that was a beautiful necklace, earrings, and a ring in silver that was very reasonable in the range of $200. There were all kinds of different shops in this area, so you can go shopping, get something to eat, or just enjoy the beach. The beach was beautiful, nice weather, the water was warm and pleasant, and you can even rent umbrellas and chairs if you need to. If you are not doing the excursion, the arrival to the port was at 8 a.m. and disembarkation was at 4:30 p.m., so you pretty much had all day to go and explore. Another port that I'm going to cover is in Ibiza, Spain. It is located in the Mediterranean Sea and it's known for vibrant nightlife, especially in Ibiza town. The main tourist attraction, if you're exploring on your own, is the old port that you can see right across. The cruise ship offers you to take you there for $20 to the old port, or you can go outside and get a ferry or a taxi to the old port. A ferry would cost you about €8 one way per person, or a taxi will be less than €10. So it's probably going to be cheaper for you to get a taxi from the port to the old part of town and then come back. Walking there is not going to be an option because things are pretty far away if you have to go and walk around the harbor. You can get more information at the port terminal. It also has a nice gift shop with different souvenirs from Ibiza. I purchased a short excursion called Let's Take a Selfie Ibiza, and let me tell you about the excursion. It was a 4-hour tour with 3 stops and costed $70 a person. It was a disappointing excursion just because they did not take us to the old town or the old port to show us really what Ibiza is about. They took us to 2 overlooks that showed the island and the beach, the beautiful landscapes, and of course it was one beach where we didn't go swimming. We just stood there for 10 minutes, looked at the people on the beach, and walked back to the bus. The rest of the time we were on the bus driving around the island. A better choice would be probably going to the beach or just take a taxi to the old port, go shopping, go eating, walking around, and looking at historic sites. Ibiza has its own airport and ferry connections to mainland Spain and other islands. Ibiza is most famous for its world-renowned clubs and DJs, attracting partygoers from around the globe. The other biggest attraction for the young people is its numerous beaches, from lively stretches like Playa Diabosa to tranquil covers like Cala Comte. This beach is rather expensive, so if you plan on going there, it does have a little restaurant and a gift shop, but if you wanted to buy water or a drink, the water cost me €7. Cala Conta is a popular beach on the west coast of Ibiza, known for its crystal clear turquoise waters, fine white sand, and stunning sunsets. It's a collection of small coves separated by rocky outcroppings. This beach is located about 24 kilometers from Ibiza town. Vacation rentals in Ibiza can be really costly, from $50 a day for a room to over $1,700 per night for luxury villas. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about disembarkation with Norwegian and the mess that I got into when I was flying back home. Disembarkation started really early. They started making public announcements to leave the cruise ship as early as 6 a.m., even though your disembarkation time was set for 8 or 8:30 a.m. Norwegian booked my flights with only 1.5 hour layover, and since the flight was delayed by over an hour, I missed my flight. So did the other 80 people on the plane. Nothing was really communicated to the people who needed to make changes to fly back to United States, so we did have to wait for hours. They gave us food and placed us in the hotel overnight, so we only got home a day later. And when we asked the bus driver how often does this happen in Iceland with all these layovers and delays, he told us it happens every day in the summertime. So be aware and be prepared for those kind of delays. And don't take a risk of flying to Europe to board your cruise ship on the same day. Unless it is a direct flight with no delays, you can easily miss your connection. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, click on the notification button, and I will see you soon. Happy sailing!